Well, I didn't think I was going to be doing any spraying today because it was supposed to be raining, but Mother Nature decided to push the rain back a hair. Well, it started off, button's a little stuck. It started off, it was supposed to start raining at like 3, and then they pushed it back to 5, and then now they pushed it back till after midnight, and we're supposed to get, I've been hearing conflicting reports, but somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1 inch of rain out of this, give or take. The way this year's going, more than likely take. So I figured it's not that breezy. We got 4 or 5 hours before the rain's supposed to get here, possibly a little more. I got the sprayer cleaned out for beans earlier today, or cleaned out to switch back to corn earlier today. So I figured, screw it. Well, I still got some daylight left. It's not raining. Go ahead and get the muck resprayed before we get that rain, and then Lord knows if it ends up being 1 inch or more, Lord knows next time we'll be able to get on it. So come on, girl, you were just running. This thing starting on camera, I tell you what. Back my truck up a little closer here so I don't gotta walk so far with the chemical. Got the fertilizer spreader cleaned up and taken home, or taken back to its home this morning. Oopsie. And I got the sprayer cleaned out and got all my seed bags burned up and all my extra chemical jugs taken care of that I didn't need anymore. And now we're gonna go spray, so that's been how my day's going. Okay, she's loaded up. Quick rundown on what I got. Obviously this is all respray because of that Halex, so this was all free. Had a gallon of requests from the water conditioner, 5 gallons of Abundant Edge, which is a substitute for Roundup, basically a grass killer. 5 gallons of atrazine and a gallon of Dynamic, and 15 ounces of Impact. They only sent me 10 ounces of Impact, which Impact and Armazon are the same thing, just 2 different trade names. I had this half a bottle of Armazon left over because 15 ounces would be full rate, 10 ounces would be like 3/4 rate, and I was like, I got this left over, I'm going full rate. So I dumped in their 10 ounces and then added another 5 ounces out of that bottle to go full rate on that. And then some Axilio, or Axillo, that's foliar manganese. It's a dry powder. So because muck is usually deficient in manganese. But we'll go ahead and get down there and get rolling. Yeah, I think it's a good thing we're getting on this, because I was down here spreading 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I think it was 2 days ago. And if you remember, these were just cotyledons and they were just starting to get the first leaves, and now look how far this shit's come already. But you want to know the part that amazes me about this? If you remember when I planted this, that corn over there was probably already 8 inches tall, and my corn's caught up to it already. So I don't know if they got a longer season corn, but that just, in the field down there on the other side did the same thing. That my buddy's field in between us here, or in between here, was, you know, a think he had already side dressed that field when I was getting mine planted. And that field over there caught up to that corn in the middle. It's amazing what a little bit of heat and rain will do. But that's the other reason that I wanted to get this sprayed today before we get this rain, is if we get another inch of rain and we start getting heat and humidity, this corn is to the point where it's going to start growing probably 3, 4, 5 inches a day, I bet. Because this stuff will start growing fast enough that you could damn near, if you had yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, time-lapse camera down here, you'd be able to watch it growing every day. But anyhow, I'm gonna get it unfolded here and we'll rock. Now technically these two fields make about 22, 23 acres. I've only got enough to spread 20, or to spray 20. So rather than coming down here to put another 20 gallon in the sprayer and try to measure out chemical and yada yada yada, I'm just gonna turn my pressure down a skosh and try to stretch it over that last 3 acres, and we should be good. So, but I gotta purge the booms because they're full of water. That ought to about do her. Starting to see foams. We got chemicals, so we're good to go. Okay, that job's done. I am probably still going to try to get a respray on my uncle's because I got that grass coming back in and I don't want to have to deal with that problem. People drive down this road like idiots. I like a nice, well-maintained gravel road. However, there is something to be said for a gravel road that's full of washboard and potholes because people can't drive down them that damn fast. But I digress. So I guess probably got one more round of spraying to do, or one more spraying video to do. Beans look like they're staying pretty clean, so it's probably gonna be 3-4 weeks before I determine if that's gonna have to have anything resprayed. But by that point, we're really getting into your spray limitation as far as distance or number of days to harvest, because most herbicides have a go no go date is you have until this approximate date before grain harvest where you technically can't spray a herbicide on it because you don't want the residual in the grain. So we'll just have to see how that plays out, and just have to keep a close eye on the beans and make sure we don't miss that date, or don't hit that date, I guess would be a better way to put it. But I do have 40 more acres of corn to respray, so. And I did hit the nail right on the head with my speed and pressure as far as stretching that tank out, because there's basically just enough liquid left laying in the bottom of it to say that there's something in it. I don't think I'd make a full pass back across the field. So hopefully this rain wakes some of this corn up that's a little yellower here where it lays wet, and then it gets green where it dries out. So, but the ragweed will be dead. That impact is probably, it's going to be wilting by morning, and probably by tomorrow afternoon it'll be dead, because that impact is, that's good stuff. Normally that's about a 24-hour or less kill. It's good stuff. It's expensive stuff, but it's good stuff. But since it's respray, it's free. So, but anyhow, I'm gonna get home. It's after 8 o'clock already. Yeah, 10 after 8. So get home, get the sprayer on hook, get the tractor put away, call it a day. So that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, figured we haven't gotten much rain yet. Well, actually, we haven't really got much more than a sprinkle. So much for the inch that we were supposed to get. But looks like as of right now everything's going north of us, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to get these limbs taken care of here and over at my uncle's. So I figured I'd just tack it onto the spraying video, since neither one of them was really justified in being their own video. So this one I'm gonna have to take in pieces because it's still attached, but it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, now that I got most of the foliage knocked off, let's see if we can roll this thing down on the ground so that I'm not working underneath it. grapple for the rest of it. Okay, there's that one done. There's so much more room for activities. I don't know if you remember when I was planting this, that limb hung all the way out to about here, and it was probably only 8-9 feet off the ground where it arched over the hardest. So that'll help the corn out, although it didn't do it any good this year because it mashed it all down. But I tried to do as little disturbance as I could. That's why I did it by half, or did most of it by hand. That way I wasn't doing as much maneuvering with the tractor and knocking down as much corn, but it is what it is. And I would try to do something about that limb, but the grass is all grown up and I don't know what's in there, and I don't want to, so that can wait till this winter. Because I should probably, now that that thing's out of the way, I should probably just drop that tree right there that's hanging out over it, because that's the last bit of shade, and then everything else is cut back. So with this gone, I'm supposed to lose that one too. But anyhow, let's go get the one at my uncle's. That one will be easy. Alright, let's assess the situation here. I think I can, oh, there's more than one tree. Or this tree came down and that was a limb, and it took either way. I should just be able to let go. Should just be able to saw that one right there and saw this one right here to get them small enough to manage, and just shove them into the wood. chisel plow or the soil finisher. But after I got this planted, my cousin had a friend come out because she wanted rock. And apparently they found this thing and started to dig it out and realized it was too big to handle just left it there in the hole sticking straight up. So while I'm here, I'm going to see if I can grab it. I don't know if this thing will hook it or not. I'm going to have to kind of stab it in the ground. That's a rock. Yeah, I guess it's not as big once you... It's perfect though, it's got a flat side so it'll sit straight up. I have to find a spot to put that. Well, anyhow, let's see where the rest of the day takes me. We got chances of rain in it on and off, so I don't know what I'm going to do after this, but it's lunchtime first, so I guess that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one for real this time.